The air outside their house was heavy, with the smell of roasted turkey and rosemary. It should have been inviting. Instead, it was her, my wife's sister, blocking the front entrance. "You're not invited. Go home." No hesitation, no apology. Her hand rested on the doorframe like a century who'd been waiting for this exact moment. Behind her, the glow of warm light spilled into the night, laughter echoing. And there they were, my wife, her ex-husband, even the boy from her high school yearbook, the one she swore had meant nothing. All of them gathered around the table, glasses raised, smiling in that intimate way people do when they share more than food. For a moment, I didn't move. I just stood there, the cold night pressing against my back, the heat of betrayal flickering at the edges of my mind. I didn't ask why. I didn't force my way in. I just nodded, turned, walked back to my car, my shoes crunching on the gravel. Inside, I sat still, hands resting loosely on the wheel, my face in the glass of the driver's side window. Looked calm, detached. But behind my eyes, the calculations had already started. One number, one call, and 20 minutes later, my phone lit up. The screaming had begun. The call came from someone who owed me a favor. I don't like to collect them often. There's a cost to every debt you pull. But tonight was worth it. Her laugh, my wife's laugh, was still echoing in my head. The way she tilted her head toward him. Not me. Not anymore. This wasn't sudden. It never is. Betrayal is a slow leak. You don't notice the damage until the floor caves in beneath you. I'd seen the late night messages once, just enough to know they weren't for me. She'd laugh them off. "Old friends," she said, "don't be paranoid." I wasn't paranoid. I was patient. So I started watching. Not openly. You don't tip your hand too soon. I noticed the way she lingered at her phone in the kitchen, the quiet pauses in conversation when I entered the room, the sudden energy when she left for errands. Thanksgiving was supposed to be ours. My parents, her family, one table. But she'd insisted we split the day. Her lunch with them, dinner with me. That was the plan until her sister's voice at the door told me the plan had always been a lie. The weeks before Thanksgiving had been a chessboard. Every move deliberate, every silence measured. I went through her phone once, not for the messages. They'd been deleted, but for the timestamps. Calls at midnight, a few to a number that didn't exist in her contacts. I traced it. The name didn't surprise me. The frequency did. I didn't confront her. That would have given her the high ground. She'd cry. She'd deny. She'd twist. I've seen her do it to others. Instead, I started collecting. I pulled bank statements, gas receipts, even her GPS history. Patterns emerged like bruises under pale skin. Then one night she left for a yoga class and didn't come back until past midnight. I was parked 3 blocks away from the address her GPS pinged. Through the windshield, I saw him, her ex-husband, walking her to her car. His hand on her lower back. Too familiar, too easy. Still, I said nothing because the truth needs no defense, only proof. 2 days before Thanksgiving, the final piece fell into place. My contact delivered what I'd been waiting for, photographs. They weren't dramatic, just her and him. At a cafe, leaning in close, her fingers grazing his. But the intimacy was there. Not sexual, not yet, but emotional. And sometimes that's worse. I printed one photo, just one, slipped it into an envelope. That night, she came home, humming, dropped her coat on the chair, asked what I wanted for dinner. I handed her the envelope. She looked at it, then at me, opened it. Silence. Her face didn't crumble. Not at first. She tried to hold the lie, but the eyes, they never hold as long as the mouth does. You're reading this wrong. I turned away before she could finish. My silence was heavier than anything I could say. And then came Thanksgiving night. Her sister at the door, the laughter inside. I didn't argue, didn't knock again. I made the call. My contact had been waiting. The photographs I'd gathered, the ones that didn't just show her and her ex, but her little side. Meetings with the high school lover. 2 were sent to everyone at that table. Her parents, her friends, even him. 20 minutes later, my phone lit up. Message after message, missed calls. Then, faint through the glass of my car window, I heard it shouting. A chair scraped against the floor. The high-pitched panic in her voice. I didn't need to see the fallout. I already knew the order of events. Shock, denial, deflection, and then the slow, suffocating realization that the person she thought was blind had been watching all along. I didn't go home that night. I didn't even drive past the house. Instead, I took the long road out of town, the one with no streetlights, the kind of dark where the world feels paused. I thought about the years we'd spent together, the small lies I'd ignored because they were easier than the truth. How I'd mistaken her for something unbreakable when she'd always been fragile, just well disguised. By the time the sun started to rise, I realized I didn't feel angry anymore, or sad, or even relieved. Just done. And in the silence of that empty road, I understood something. The cruelest revenge isn't fire or fury. It's walking away without ever looking back.